Welcome into the new Fedasi show. That's what I'm calling myself. Fedasi. Feder Agassi. Feder Agassi. That's my new nickname. I just coined it. Seriously, though, that's not what this video is about. You want to see my Fedasi video? I just posted it. So I want to talk about why I quit coaching tennis. And there's many reasons. There is many reasons, but here are probably two of the main reasons why I quit tennis, as not just coaching tennis, but specifically being a tennis teaching pro. Okay, here's number one. The first reason is that when you're coaching, you have to excuse me. I had to go live. Because I'm tired of making videos and thumbnails and everything else. So the first reason is when you're coaching tennis, or at least when I was coaching tennis, inevitably you'd have a player, and I'll tell you a story about this. You have a player, you're coaching them, everything's going well, they're doing great, they're getting better, etc. And then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, whatever, they come into your club. And I actually, if you don't know this, if you're new to my channel, I started my own club for this reason, to try to get rid of this, and it still didn't work. But everything's going well, and then all of a sudden, they'll come in and they'll look like trash. They look like trash. Specifically, forget about what they look like. They start playing like trash, and it's like, what did you do? Clearly, you did something. Something happened. Because this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You definitely didn't go play any matches. You weren't playing matches, I can tell you that, because this wouldn't have happened. And I know you get to a point where you know exactly what happened. And you start a little conversation with them. You come up to the net. What's going on? Why is this happening? And they might say it, they might not. And if they don't, I'll say, who was coaching you? Where did you go get lessons from? And then the truth comes out. They tell you, well, I was with this person and they told me to do this. And I was like, when did you start working with this person? When did this happen? And there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And when this happens time and time again, see, before this, I worked at I'm not really putting this in the order that I wanted to. Because I thought about this way too much before I even made this video. But before that, working at a club, you can definitely forget about it. You're working. So there's that. There's, okay, well, if you're working at a club, what's the solution? You start your own club, and you think that's the solution. Or because there would be some players that only come to your club. You're never going to get exclusive influence over the players ever, especially amateurs, especially juniors. They're hanging out with their friends. They're going to summer camps. Don't get me started on summer camps. Okay. But they're going to summer camps. You're never going to get rid of this. And you really don't want to, because ideally, I guess what I'm describing is what I would prefer as a tennis academy. You're not going to get that as a teaching pro. Not most people anyway. So that's the number one reason. And I remember a girl, and she wasn't like the craziest. She wasn't like the best athlete. I don't even think she was an athlete. But she started playing tennis, committed to tennis at like 11 or 12. And I would say she's like a little bit of a talent there, as far as like born, just something about her. She was tall. She didn't have a good serve because she couldn't throw. But she was still playing advanced tournaments, etc. She was fast, and she tried hard. And this girl, they came to me when I had my club, and they said, "Oh, we saw your website. This is a different website that I had." And they got her attention, and she's like, we want to start taking lessons, etc. So we started taking lessons. And then she had a previous pro that she left, And then after we got started, after a while, they came to me and they said, we want to take lessons from the other pro again, and you. Are you okay with that? And I said, me being the way I was back then, naive and slightly egotistical, just slightly. I was like, no, I'm not okay with that. So they were like, okay, fine, we'll just work with you. But of course, they're not just working with you. There was a time where she was working with me, I think, exclusively. She wasn't doing other clinics and summer camps. If she was, she wasn't listening to anybody. You could tell. She was getting better. But then there was a day, the day came where they decided to quit me and go back to the other pro. But inevitably, she came back. Stick with me through the story. I mean, I find this interesting. I don't know if anyone else does, but they come back and they quit the other guy again, and they say, we think we're here because she thinks that, we asked her the question, who did you play better with? And she thought that she played better when she was working with me. And of course she played better when she was working with me, because there's real science behind what I do. Not when I say science, I shouldn't even say science. There's real experimentation from real experts behind what I do, who are smart people and that really want to see the players get better. So she was like, yeah, they came to the conclusion that I don't even remember what happened after that. I really don't. I think they're the back and forth type. They're going back and forth. But in the end, she discovered the truth, and that was the truth. So that's the main reason. And that is just so annoying because it's so hard. It's hard enough as it is when the kids aren't playing, et cetera, to throw that in the mix. It's just really, really annoying. The other reason. Now I'm losing my train of thought. The other reason. Well, that's the only reason, I guess, because I'm worn out and I can't. I wish I could pause this stream, but I'll come back another time and I'll drop the other reason. Oh, it came to me. The other reason is the other tennis pros. Still the other tennis pros. So when the players, what they do is they come in. Okay, they come in. And I'm teaching everything implicitly. If you know what that means that you're playing the game. When you play the game, you learn through the discovery mode. You learn implicitly. I'll give you an example. You play well. And here's the example. Say you're learning spins. You're learning spins and you're learning top spin. And I have you hitting top spin and you're playing with the spin. And you ignore what you do to create the spin. You just discover it for yourself. I lead you there, and then you start playing with the spin, and you're playing the game. But inevitably, the other tennis pro, what are they doing? They're doing the opposite. They're showing you how to hit the spin, the way windshield wiper, whatever they come up with, and then the player's focusing on that. So it's like this back and forth. And the same thing. I got them playing these crazy good spins. We're getting somewhere. We're learning, we're getting better, and then the player comes in and they're frozen. They're slower. You can tell they're not free. They're not getting better. And it's like, what happened? Why are you doing this? And I want to say, why are you doing this to me? Why are you making my life, why are you making my life miserable? Okay. I didn't do this for the money. I actually want to be around great tennis players. And then the truth comes out. Well, I was working with well, no effing shite, you were working with somebody else. I wasn't born yesterday. And that's what happens. And it makes the process so difficult because they're never going to get better. And if you're a player out, this is the sad part. Players can watch this video and benefit from it. Coaches certainly can watch this video and benefit from it. I mean, the thing is with the player, specifically the player, they don't want to talk bad about anyone. They don't want to talk bad on their coach. They're not going to ever give up their coach. But look, This is the way it works. This is what happened. And if anyone actually learns from this video, you will get away from that guy it's just sad because it's probably like 99% of the coaches, even the really good ones. It's really hard to avoid because they feel like they have to do something to earn your paycheck or to earn your pay. So those are the two reasons. I think those are the two reasons that if I remember correctly. And like I said, it's impossible to get away from them. You're in the club, you're stuck. You go somewhere else, you're stuck. The only way to probably get away from it is to be in some kind of exclusive overnight academy. And even then, you're probably not going to get away from it because there's always someone there. There's always someone there. And that's just, again, like if you're really, really good, you play a lot of tennis, it probably doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much, as much. And that's what everyone will probably gravitate towards. Well, you didn't play enough. You didn't play enough anyway. Because I did have a girl once who I did think was working exclusively with me. And she was not talented. She was not an athlete. I think she played a little bit of soccer. She was just doing it to be on the high school team. And she got better gradually based on just once a week. And then she played high school tennis. And I never had that experience with her. But then there's the other problem. She never played. So, that's that. Fadasi is checking out here. I hope I got everything in that I wanted to say. And hope this finds you well. Have a great night.